I was expecting the final games of Season 1 to involve us either battling for staying in the league or meaning absolutely nothing. However, with 3 games left to play against Fulham, Bournemouth and Brentford, it's 19th, 18th and 12th place in the table. We can get Champions League football. We have all but confirmed European football for next season, but we can get Champions League football if we can just do better than Arsenal. Arsenal, by the way, have Villa, Fulham and Leeds, so they've got a reasonably easy run as well. So it's not fully in our favour, is it? They're also in the Europa League semi-finals against Barcelona, so maybe they're going to be a little bit more distracted. In between episodes, we've gone on a reasonable run, scoring a lot of goals, which is important. We did concede 5 against Manchester City, but that's Man City, and everybody knows they're good at football. We beat Villa, we drew 3-3 with Brighton. Our goalkeeper refused to turn up. Everyone else was superb for us, just our goalkeeper was awful. Against Forest, a 2-0 win. Against Liverpool, a 3-2 win. Teemu Pukki coming off the bench, scoring twice after the 90 minutes. Aribo scoring as well. We were 2-0 down on the 82nd minute, and we win 3-2. It's a ridiculous turnaround. And there you can see as well, losing against Spurs, not ideal, but Spurs are a good team. And once again in this one, Omlin didn't really turn up. So for match number 1 of the episode against Fulham, it's going to be Omlin, Walker-Peters, Chileta Sarr, Salisu and Maitland-Niles in defence. Is it Walker-Peters? It's not, it's Tino Livramento. It's going to be Ward-Prowse, Lavia and Onyeka in midfield. Armstrong on the wings and Sekou leading the line because Shea Adams is awful at the moment. His average rating over the last 5 games is a 6.36. He's absolutely terrible. Then again, Stuart Armstrong as well isn't playing. Joe Aribo will. Now I need to remember that we are a Southampton team that were predicted to finish 16th at the start of the season. So if we lose all 3 of the final games, we've definitely outperformed what we were expecting. So it's not the end of the world if we don't get European football or don't get Champions League football. But still, I do want to get there. 20 minutes on the clock and the first highlight is going our way. Sekou to Joe Aribo. Holds up play, plays through Sekou and Mara almost scores. It's Rodak with the save. We win a corner though. We've been very good from corners lately, so I'm somewhat confident here. Ward-Prowse is going to hopefully stick it on Chileta Sarr's head. He does go for it. It's come back to Ward-Prowse. Adam Armstrong, Chileta Sarr in the penalty area. The centre-back gets tackled by Robinson. The ball is cleared, and that is probably the highlight. Ward-Prowse with a free kick, which is effectively as good as a corner, and Joe Aribo comes in at the back post, heads over the bar. I am struggling to get performances, consistent performances out of wingers and fullbacks. Those are the 2 positions that seem to be very inconsistent, and goalkeepers really. Goalkeepers seem to struggle sometimes as well. Ball forward for Fulham. Salisu intercepts it though. What are you going to do? Big kick down the line towards Adam Armstrong, and he wins the header. He's about 5'9", and he wins a header. Onyeka's going to go for a run down the line. Loses. Nope, doesn't lose to Kenny Tete. Onyeka's going to go for goal. Rodak with a very good save. I don't know why Onyeka didn't pass that. He just ran the whole length of the pitch. Ward-Prowse going to be looking for Chileta Sarr once again from the right-hand side towards... It was actually towards Lavia by the looks of it. Ward-Prowse crosses in again. Tosin Adarabioyo could be his name. It might be his name. Adarabioyo. It is Adarabioyo. I actually said it right first time. And then I just doubted myself. Half-time then it is 0-0. We are just going to go... keep going. We're playing well. We are playing well. We are just due a goal, basically. That's the problem. Marek Rodek is playing superbly well for Fulham, which is causing us some issues. It's Solomon to Harrison Reed. Ward-Prowse steals it away from the former Southampton man. It's not the best pass from Sekou and Tete collects it. Can we put some pressure on though? Rodak with the ball inside his penalty area. He's gone for a big lump upfield. Lavia though intercepted. That's good. Salisu, right hand side, inviting Tino Livramento forward with loads of space to run into as well. Can he cross it? Hits the first man. Lavia, are you going to try and get the cross in? Back to Tino. Goes for a run in towards the penalty spot. And somehow it's fallen for Sekou. Not Sekou, Marek Rodek. I don't know why I even said Sekou. It is, we're still only 54 minutes on the clock. Maitland-Niles has the ball. Goes for a big kick over the halfway line. Armstrong's going to get there first. 2 in the box. Can we get a third in there? It's a weird cross. Livramento heads down toward Prowse. Onyeka, we're trying to get our way through. We should be winning this game. We've been the better side by a fair distance. We just cannot find that goal. Lavia tries to find it as well. his effort goes over the bar. I think it might be time for Teemu Pukki. Looking at the performances of everybody else, most people are playing well, so it is only going to be Pukki coming on for Sekou Mara. I'm thinking, like, defensively, Salisu and Maitland-Niles are somewhat struggling, but Fulham aren't really having too many chances. We're just not taking ours. I'm going to give them an encourage. Give them a little shout. We've had 22 shots, 7 on target though, and Rodek has saved every single one of them so far. Full-time whistle is seconds away. Don't do this now. It's a corner for Fulham. Mitrovic hits the bar. Onyeka clears it. Still not quite over. 30 seconds. Fulham have the ball though. Mitrovic tries to play it through to Wilson, but Maitland-Niles gets there first. Salisu lumps it forward towards Pukki and it's nowhere near him. Harrison Reed's ball forward. Maitland-Niles intercepts it. Livramento's not paying enough attention. It's offside. Is there a highlight here? I feel like there's no highlight taking place. This might just be the end of the game. We've got a free kick. Mohamed Salisu is the man to take it. With his left foot, we're just going to go straight over the top. I can see an Adam Armstrong run coming along if we actually want to take this free kick. Chileta Sarr has it. I think nothing's going to happen. I genuinely think nothing is going to happen in this highlight. And yeah, there you go. What a weird... Why was there a highlight there? Also, why didn't we score a goal? We should have won that game, like 2-0. And to add insult to injury, Arsenal managed to beat Aston Villa 4-1 as well, which means they are now 4 points clear of us in that final Champions League spot. Newcastle are hot on our heels. We are going to go forward, and we're going to miss the Bournemouth game. I'm going to play that off camera. I think it's the Bournemouth game, yep. And we will come back for the final game of the season against Brentford, where hopefully we might still be within a shout of getting Champions League football. Otherwise, let's just hope we beat Brentford. It is the final day of the season. However, we have just got to a squad planning for next season page. We beat Bournemouth 4-0. Peter Olayinka scoring a hat-trick and Romeo Lavia also on the score sheet. They did get Philip Billings sent off. Also, annoyingly, frustratingly, we are looking behind us rather than in front of us. We are going to finish 5th or 6th in the Premier League, which means European football is happening. So let's have a quick look then. For the planning for next season, they are not mentioning Gavin Bazunu for a goalkeeper, which is a concern. But that's fine. I think he might actually be on loan because he's in Mexico. He might be on loan until like December, so he doesn't fully count. I think I'm happy with Omlin. McCarthy is a backup. We might sell McCarthy. We're going to have Mateus Liss back as well from a loan. Right back, you can see now players that will be joining the club as well. Walker-Peters, Livramento, Kasunu will be joining in the summer. He's not coming in as a right back, but again, I'm happy with that. Left back, similar situation. Walker-Peters, Perro, Larios. We've got some good numbers. Centre backs, lots and lots of centre backs. Kasunu and Marin coming in. We've got Bednarek and Lianco returning from loan spells as well. Trying to sell Bednarek. See how well that does. From a midfield perspective, happy. I mean, I'm not really needing to buy any new players at the moment. So going through, there's nobody new coming in. We seem to have enough depth everywhere. Right wing could be an issue. Armstrong is now 31. Aribo isn't necessarily a natural right winger. So maybe we need to look at maybe bringing in a new right winger. Left winger as well. Armstrong has started to find his form. He's the only left winger we've got. We've got Olayinka as well. But Olayinka doesn't really do a huge amount. I say that as he literally scored a hat-trick. And up front, Adams, Mara, Pukki, maybe we've got a season left in him. So maybe a new striker in the summer as well. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. We've got a few new players coming in. You've seen some of them. I think you've probably seen all of the names, actually. We are now going to play Brentford for the final game of the season. And hopefully we can finish 5th. So the starting lineup then for the Brentford game will be Omlin, Livramento, Chileta Sarr, Salisu and Walker-Peters, Ward-Prowse, Diallo and Lavia, Aribo, Armstrong and Dom Ballard leading the line. And you might be asking, why is Dom Ballard playing? Basically, in real life, he should be in and around the first team. He is scoring goals for fun for the under-21s or 23s or whatever, and the under-18s. He should be in and around the first team. He's played once off the bench in the league so far this season. I'm going to give him a start, see how well he does. He's also wanted by 11 clubs, and they're all transfers as well. If anything, I'd loan you out, mate. You should be going out on loan next season, getting some experience. So we do need to keep an eye on what is going on behind us. And I think Newcastle are playing Forest. They are. Forest team who have finished bottom of the table. So you have to expect that Newcastle are going to win that match. 5 minutes on the clock. And already somehow Lavia's picked up a yellow card. I'm not even sure how he's managed to do that. Damsgaard with a ball for Brentford down their left-hand side. Livramento with a kick. That is going to be a free kick. I think that was outside the area. If Livramento's getting booked, It means he is suspended for the first game of next season, I think. We are getting VAR, and it is not a penalty. I told you it wasn't a penalty. Are we going to see the free kick? Livramento, are you going to get a yellow card? You're not. You're getting told to calm down. We do get to see the free kick. Mikael Damsgaard is the man to take it with his right foot from the left-hand side towards the back post, and it is a good save from Omlin. 7 minutes on the clock, and Don Ballard is getting involved, stealing the ball off Ethan Pinnock. Tries to get there again. Back to David Raya in the Brentford goal to Janssen. On the ground, we need to steal this away because Brentford they're one of these teams that they've got very good players, but I don't know any of them. It's like Mbeumo and Ivan Toney, everyone's heard of. They know of those guys. They're good at football. Christopher Azure, I know of him. They're good at football. But players like Ethan Pinnock, I don't think is a bad footballer. I just don't know what he does. I feel like I'm just insulting Ethan Pinnock there. But they're a team that I would say goes under the radar. Annoyingly, Newcastle have taken the lead. Okay, that's a concern. We do need to score a goal and ideally have a shot on target. Probably shouldn't have played an 18-year-old Don Ballard with like 8 finishing as our lead striker. Aaron Hickey controls it. Mbeumo, long-range effort, rattles the underside of the bar, and Livramento can clear our lines. Forrest as well pulled a goal back and then immediately got pegged back again. So it's 2-1 to Newcastle in that game. I think if it stays this way, we are still finishing in 5th place purely because of goal difference. Half-time, it's 0-0, and we've started to come back into it. What did I even say there? Keep going. I'm going to say keep going to everybody. You weren't that bad. You have the ability. Right, that didn't really work, did it? We're going to go straight into the second half. Adam Armstrong is having a shocker once again. So is Don Ballard. It disappoints me that youngsters can't perform. I played Nathaniel Boot in a match, and he was rubbish. So the fact that Don Ballard is also playing badly. What is Armstrong doing? Ollie Inker's coming on. We're going to do Shay Adams coming on as well. We are, I don't even know what time we're on. 60 minutes on the clock, apparently. We are being kept in this game by Jonas Omlin, even. I can never say his name properly. Newcastle are doing everything in their power to claw back the goal difference. If it stays this way, I do think we are going to finish in 5th if it stays a 0-0 draw. And I'm worried that Brentford are going to get a chance and score. Right, let's do some more changes. Maitland-Niles is going to come on. Walker Peters is going to move over to be the right back. What else do we do? Ward-Prowse is having a poor game, but he is the type of player that if you need him, he can do something special. So we're going to do that. Armstrong's going to come on for Lavia. We're going to drop Aribo to be the box-to-box, I guess. Don't really have too many other options, do we? We've got no central midfielders because of injuries and fitness and things like that. We've got 4 minutes to play to hold on. 88th minute, Ollie Inker's stolen the ball for us. Plays it on the ground towards Stuart Armstrong. It wasn't the best pass, but Ollie Inker's got that ball back. And Ollie Inker really should have scored. He scored 3 against Bournemouth. He should have got 1 against Brentford. We do have a corner, and this is why I wanted to keep Ward-Prowse on, because he is the best at corner taking. He's got 20 corner taking, is what I'm trying to say. Ward-Prowse steps up. Newcastle are 5-1 up against Forest. Kaleta Carr is there. He's not going to get it. Ward-Prowse gets another chance. Ollie Inker, first time shot, and it's found its way into the back of the net. Peter, Ollie Inker, his 7th goal of the season. We take the lead, and we should be finishing 5th place. It should have been so much more comfortable than what it was, but we have finished our first season in FM23. Jonas Omlin getting an 8.0 rating, saving 10 chances. 17 shots for both sides. Only 4 on target for us, but we managed to get that winner. We have finished 5th place in the Premier League in our first season in FM23. And because of that, we have qualified for the Europa League, which means we get to see the fancy new Europa League graphics, which is something I feel like I will never see for a very long time in this Football Manager game. Finishing 5th as well, £30.9 million. Liverpool crowned champions on the final day of the season. What happened? Liverpool beat Spurs 2-0. What happened to Man City? They beat Villa 4-0. I think they were already champions anyway. End of season review then. Our first season. Has this changed at all? I imagine it probably hasn't. Signing of the season is Jonas Omlin, which is no real surprise. Obviously, there are a lot of players that we personally didn't sign that are going to be on this list. Let's not talk about the cup competitions because we played 1 match in each and lost both of them. From a Premier League perspective, that was ridiculously good, wasn't it? We had a blip sort of around October, November time into December. And then second half of the season was spectacular, wasn't it? We lost the games where you'd expect us to lose. The Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Man Cities and Spurs. and we won the games where we were expected to maybe get a draw. So we've had a very good second half of the season. 66 points. So income for the season, with obviously 90 million for TV. So that's 110, that's 140, 145 million pound income for the season. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? We've also got a 2-year sponsorship deal as well, worth £1 million, which actually doesn't sound that great, does it? Team of the season. This is where I'm worried, because when you look at the goals, every single outfield player in that 11 there scored at least a goal. Most of them scored at least 2 goals. Some of them scored at least 3 goals. We're getting goals, which actually isn't a terrible thing, but they're not coming from the right players. Our back 4 in that team of the season has 10 goals between them. That's as many goals as we have in midfield. History in the making. Your hard work and effort paid off on the pitch, and such a feat didn't go unrewarded at our end of season awards ceremony. Well, that's good to hear. Scott Donan from the Daily Star has said that spell of football to close out the season was the making of Southampton. It definitely was. Like I said, that was where we suddenly turned up. Monica Diaz from Planet Football. Southampton looked a class above anyone. Really? Anyone around them? I guess, kind of, apart from Arsenal. When they went for a late in the season. Well, I can't read, okay? We're just going to go for that. And here is the new fancy thing. The new fancy thing. So, what have we done already? There's a lot of things showing up. So, dream come true. Hired as the Saints manager, as a Saints fan. And then immediately sold a fan favourite of Theo Walcott to AC Ajaccio. Then we spent £1 million on Namdi Collins, apparently. We agreed the signing of Rafa Marin from Real Madrid, signing Odilon Kasunu from Bayer for £4 million. It's a bit more than £4 million. Romeo Lavia was nominated for the Next Gen. He finished 11th, I think, in the Next Gen awards. We've also signing a man called Ishaku Abdul Fatwa, who is coming in from Porto in the next season. And we have qualified for the Europa League. I can see this being extremely fun when you have sort of a long season, a long career, 10, 15 years career, and you can see this and you go all the way back to, like, you can read the thing here about Kasunu when you sign him for £4 million and you're really excited because he's just won the World Golden Boot. Not sure why a centre-back would do that, but you know. Oh, and this is interesting as well. So the supporter profile, the hardcore fans have gone down, the core fans have gone down, but we're getting more fair weather and family supporters, apparently. Okay, fair enough. We've also picked up 130,000 new followers on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, Bebo, and all those guys. And the final piece of news that I think we're going to talk about in this episode, in this season, Carl Walker-Peters scored goal of the season as well. And if I'm not mistaken, this goal was even on camera a couple of episodes ago, because I think Livramento scored the match before, and then Walker-Peters scored this one. So it comes out to Walker-Peters, one-touch control, little pass forward, straight into the top corner. That is goal of the season from a right-back playing as a left-back. Oh, and Jonas Omlin, second-place Golden Glove winner. That's good. That is going to do it for this episode and this season of FM23 in the beta with Southampton. Next season, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting in some sort of player faces, club badges, things like that. I always want to do the first season without any of it. I don't think it's going to cause any problems. It never seems to, but, you know, it's a beta and all that jazz. Yeah, so next season, it's going to look a little bit more like what you'd expect a regular FM Skinnz video to look like, with all the badges and all sorts of things like that. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to have, as I mentioned previously, lots and lots of FM23 content coming forward in the future. If you did enjoy this one, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with Season 2 with Southampton in the Europa League.